This sound like Mike Blank.
You are now tuned in.
You are now tuned in
To the Vicious and Delicious Podcast.
Hey man, turn that shit up. Ooh, this shit about to be crazy.
Let's get it.
Hey, yo, tune in or get the fuck out.
That's my weekly yum yum.
Hell no.
All right, let's start the damn show.
Live from the Pleasure Palace, it's the Vicious and Delicious Podcast, starring myself, the essence of excellence, Mr. Blackstone. Of course, I got my podcast partner in crime, the unstoppable Mr. Big Rob. How the folks, Big Rob?
Man, it's fucking Saturday. It's your man, Big Rob, a.k.a. Excessive Overload.
Yes, sir.
The Sneaker Go,
Yes, sir.
a.k.a. Racist Voorhees,
One more.
a.k.a. the illegitimate son of Morris Day. My mama had that jungle love.
Oh, we yo.
A.k.a. the Pied Piper of PvP loans.
The Pied Piper.
The Elon Musk of EBT cars.
EBT.
The Dance Hall Dirty. Kwine Pon Nikaki.
One honey vote.
The Cannabis Collector.
Yes, sir.
The Human Newport, because even if they ban me, niggas are still gonna fuck with it.
In the long way.
The Deep V Diver. If you don't know what that means, ask your bitch.
Call up.
And last, and certainly not least, Reverend Jackson, because I preach a sermon for that paper like on Creflo Dollar.
Creflo Dollar.
Season 3, episode 8. Let's get to it.
Man, we back up in this thing, man. We done thawed out, y'all, man.
Yeah, let's be dressing warmly in our official Vicious and Delicious hoodie.
Holla at your boys.
Shout out Amos.
Yes, sir.
Because we got snowed in over the weekend like everybody
Snow
else.
in, baby, man. Ain't
Climate change is real, even in the winter.
a whole lot of nothing going on, man. Man, everything's snowing out, everything's melted, man. We back in full effect, so, man, here we go, man. Welcome back to the show,
You
y'all.
fall down going outside, did you?
Thanks for tuning in, man. Shoot, I didn't mess with you. like I when you say locked up, man, I didn't even get out of my house for the last 3 days,
Oh,
man.
yeah. I went outside yesterday. I'm like, that look icy.
Yeah, screw that. Man, how y'all doing, man? Welcome to the show,
We
man.
missed y'all. I know y'all missed us too. It's all good.
Let's go ahead and catch up. Big Rob, tell you about the last couple weeks, man. We've been gone for at least 2 weeks.
We went, yeah, for a little while. Let's see. Had to get prepped for snow.
Prep for the snow. Everybody buying up everything at the grocery store.
Even at Target, they bought up everything.
Yeah.
And I thought I was smart. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the store at 2 in the morning.
2 in the morning.
Go to the 24-hour store. I went to go get some water, and like the whole section was gone. Like the gallons of water, the 24 packs,
All the bottled water.
all the bottled water was gone. Like you get the little flavored water, and like the refills, all you had left over there.
I guess people are thinking that
They're about to be sold for a week.
all the snow gonna be a water shortage.
Yes.
Does that make any sense?
Like, are you bathing in it? Like, how thirsty can you really be? It's only 3 days.
Maybe they forget to dip their pipes in their bike.
Yeah, I went home and started doing that immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, they about to catch me out here.
Shit, probably somebody at the complex probably didn't do it.
Man, I hope it better not be on our side. And I ain't turning the water off
Yeah,
again.
man, fuck that.
But other than that, snow was chill for me. Got to kick it at home.
Yeah.
Caught up on a whole bunch of TV shows.
Man, that got boring, man.
Man.
Really with nothing to do, man.
And I mean, eventually slept a lot, but
I mean, yeah, you can catch up with all your shows and stuff. Which
Yeah.
man. Really ain't a whole lot of nothing going on.
shout out to my man Fernando, by the way. You helped me get with it too.
Ooh, man, that shit was too strong, man. Jesus. Nah, man, shout out to Fernando, man.
Yeah,
I'll let Spark and Sippin', like.
yeah.
Yeah, man, shoot, my weekend's been about the same, man. Shoot, a whole lot of nothing going on, man. Shoot. My wife got snowed in at work, so she was gone for the last 3 days, so it was just me and the kid.
So you was a forced single father for the whole week.
Yeah. So, man, I really wasn't a whole lot to do. Just sleep in and, watch TV and try to stay warm, man. A whole lot of nothing else, man. She was too cold, too icy to get out. Like I say, I didn't, yesterday was my first time even getting in my car going anywhere.
Right.
Like, I wasn't fooling around with none of that, man. If I didn't have to.
Right.
So, yeah, hopefully you guys had a...
Hope y'all stay safe out there.
Yeah, it was safe, didn't have to do too much driving or getting out there, man. Feel bad for everybody who still had to go to work and then couldn't work from home or whatever, man.
The essential people.
The essential people, yeah, man. Hopefully you guys made it out safe and everything else, man, because, yeah. And somebody said it's going to snow again, like around the 18th.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're going to see if we're going to do this all over again, man.
Yeah.
So if we do it again, please do not buy up all the stuff, man. We are all going to survive it. Everybody needs, essentials, man. Don't go crazy.
And if you are going to buy stuff, say something, man. Big
Yeah, you
man.
don't need everything. You don't need to,
Shout out to Target, though. They restock super fast. So.
Yeah, try out Target work. a little bit better than Walmart. When you just want to pay a little bit more, you got to deal with weird people at Walmart. You go to Target.
What would you rather deal with? Weird people at Walmart or bougie people at Target?
I'll take
the bougie people every time.
Yeah, man, it's so good, man. Let's get into some what's been going on, man. Everybody's been checking out, so we got to talk about this, man. The whole Joe Rogan thing.
Of course, Joe Rogan's your boy.
So, I was just thinking, like, of course, we were talking about Joe Rogan, with his views on medicine and, how to deal with COVID without getting the shot and, alternative means and,
right.
So what happened was, really started with Neil Young, right?
Yes, Neil Young.
Neil Young got upset. I guess he's been upset with all the attention Joe Rogan's been getting, with the with information about not getting vaccinated and alternative
influencing regular people,
so,
quarterbacks of the Green Bay Packers potentially, just stuff like that.
Yeah, so I guess he was upset with Spotify, and I think the real issue with all these artists is really because Spotify really doesn't pay these artists any kind of money for streaming their music and their content.
I'm glad you brought that up.
And Joe Rogan is basically the highest paid person on Spotify for the most part.
For now.
So I think a lot of the upset is like one, Neil Young has always been kind of a no nonsense kind of person. And he gets political a lot. So I think besides the fact that Joe Rogan is passing around this information that actually people actually listen to, which makes no sense to me.
Yeah, it's actually hurting people.
But it's also like you got all my music on your platform. One, you're not really paying me a lot for. I think it's like
you gotta get 312 streams.
Yeah, it's like 0.0003
cents, 0.3 cents.
Yeah,
off per stream.
Per stream, which is nothing.
You ain't gotta get streamed 300 times just to get paid $1.
Yeah, so it's like you're really not paying me anything. So just take as long as you're gonna have this guy who you guys pay millions of dollars on your platform and spread misinformation, take my stuff off. And then a couple of artists jumped on Bruce Springsteen,
right?
And then what really got me to the point I am now, because at first I was kind of like,
old classic rock people.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Rogan, he talks.
I've long said he was an idiot, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, he's entertaining to for his word.
I mean, if that's the thing you like, that's the thing you like.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not like he talks about COVID every episode, but they like his interviews. He has a lot of sports people on and like interesting people. And he does interesting interviews. But the thing that killed me, I just found it out basically yesterday, is besides all the old school rock people getting jumping on Neil Young's bandwagon, N.D.I.R.E.
Joni Mitchell, right?
I think she did too. Yeah. N.D.I.R.E. If you know N.D.I.R.E. is kind of a neo soul singer. She actually made a couple of video posts via, I think, I want to say
Instagram or
IG posts. Basically, talking about Joe Rogan, but she brought up to my attention some other stuff Joe Rogan said in his past. A lot of fragrant use of the N-word.
You think I'm bad?
Yeah. And he made I don't know if it was on one of his podcast episodes or somewhere else, but he was basically talking about he went to I think he went to Africa or something like that, or
Senegal
or some area, and he was like, he basically, man, we got off the bus, and man, he was like, he said, Planet of the Apes. I was like, that's a bad analogy, bro, for being in Africa, man. Yeah. And then like after that, she was like, okay, he said that, but also he said this, man, like a super cut of him just
talking before we got on air,
saying nigga. Oh, nigger. He said nigga or nigger.
E-R.
Nigger.
Yeah, E-R. Yeah.
It had when he was on the Howard Stern show,
right.
Other like appearances on radio and on the show, and then he was like, it was basically like a super cut of him just uses how many times he used it. So N.D.I.R.E. was basically like,
he's one of the guys of comedy.
Yeah, N.D.I.R.E. was at this point like, you know what? Just take my stuff off. I mean, if you're going to be paying this man this much money and not paying me and other artists,
our rightful amount,
the stupid percentage for playing our music, it's going to take all my stuff off too. So, I mean, if you're going to just overly pay this guy who doesn't make music, he's not an artist, he just, he's a podcaster.
All right.
Just take my stuff off.
Makes me think what Jay was saying about Tidal all years ago. We laughed at him.
Yeah.
And they were doing the biggest payouts and shit. And Like, I ain't paying for no streaming service, blah, blah, blah. They're like, looks like he was right again.
It's crazy because we're on Spotify.
Yeah, we are on Spotify.
And, you know.
So don't stop paying us, by the way.
And I didn't believe Anchor is owned by Spotify.
Owned by Spotify, yeah.
So the percentage we get is, you know, their pay rate.
Yeah, so we're not saying this as a defense of Spotify or anything like that.
Right. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, we're podcasters too, but at the same time, you can't go about saying what you're saying. I mean, because, I mean, you can't, I mean, you can be upset. I know a lot of people just finding out that he used the N-word so loosely all the time. Gonna be upset now, but
I've seen that many times. Like, I ain't fuck with that nigga no more.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, at the same time, it's like I'm kind of disappointed that he was doing that, but also, you know, he is a comedian, and you know, I don't think he was. I don't know, man. That whole Planet X thing. I'm just kind of, you know, it's new information. So I'm kind of like in between, like, okay, do I need to cancel this motherfucker? Or you know, just sweep. I mean, I don't want to sweep under the rug. The motherfucker said it, and I'm guessing I'm expecting an apology the next week. Cause,
Actually, you already did that.
For the nigga stuff?
Yeah, he already did that, and for the Planet X, he posted like today.
Okay.
So he did quick enough. Yeah.
He should apologize when he said it then, though.
Right, and like that ain't the first time that video's been floating around, by the way.
First time I seen it, man.
Yeah, like I remember a couple years ago. Actually, it was about 2018 it floated around the first time. I was like, God damn. And I never fucked with Joe Rogan like that anyway. Like, he's my least favorite character on news radio. Shout out to Dave Foley. R.P. Phil Hartman. Yeah. But like, this is like, I don't care that much about UFC. So like, you know, he ain't that big of a deal to me. But it's like, God damn.
Man, it was like 15, 16 different occasions to use that word, man, which is fucking crazy for me. But I was like, you know, like I said, it's new information, but you know, at the same time, like, I mean, Joe, you know better.
You should know better.
Man. You know,
you live in a culture where, you know, I don't like to call it cancel culture, but really, there's consequences, man. Like you gotta watch what you say.
I mean, I never even considered Joe. I mean, I hate to use the word conservative, but I never really considered him conservative. He's more like an independent kind of person. Like,
I'm a libertarian.
Yeah, like, you know, he says what, you know. I didn't see. I never thought of him like, you know, super, you know,
right. So it's weird to
red
see
person.
people,
you know what I'm saying?
That are usually arch conservatives kind of rally behind them. Oh, it's free speech, free speech.
It's
like,
always, you know, people who, you know, not just saying, oh, well, he can say what he wants to, but I mean,
yeah, they usually just shade right.
Right. So I wonder if, like, you know, with this new information that, you know, was really old information, is it gonna be like we're gonna get a boycott of the Joe Rogan experience now?
Or is it gonna be like one of them things where like really, really deeply conservative people start supporting him?
I know black folks like myself had no idea he said that shit.
Right.
They gonna be like, oh hell no.
Fuck that man. Yeah. Fuck Joe Rogan.
Fuck Joe Rogan.
And it's happened. Like, we've done that before. Like, how many black people, you know, still fuck with Yellow Wolf?
Right. It's gonna be a thing, man. I believe. But how'd you feel about it, man? You know, I mean, I know you, like you said, you really don't fuck with Joe Rogan a long way anyway, but. And I guess you already kind of knew, but
yeah, I remember.
So is it like not surprising to you, or what? Or anything he says it does?
To this point in my life, whenever a white celebrity says something racist, I'm never surprised anymore. It's just like, shit. I hate to be that cynical in general, but like, shit, it's facts is facts.
Yeah.
In his case, it was like, yeah, I ain't that shocked by it. Like, we was talking before y'all on there, like, if some Tarantino shit came out, I wouldn't be that shocked by it. Which is like, ugh. The fact, my whole issue was like, yeah, he does have a large platform and speaks to a lot of idiots.
Yeah.
I mean, just adding racism on top of that is just putting a nice layer of fuck this guy on top of that piece of shit cake.
It's weird because, like...
Fuck this guy icing, that's what I was doing.
Yeah, it's weird because, like, you know, I don't want to, like, oh, he has a past, or this person has a past, but there are certain people that I ain't saying, you know, they should be using the word, but, like let's, like take, for example, like, and, you know, it's just me, you know, some people get pissed off about it, you know, because the white person using the N-word.
Yeah.
You know, say, like you said, Quentin Tarantino, he uses it, he says it in his movies, and he uses it in a lot of his movies. But at the same time, you know, it's kind of a realness.
I get it in Django, given the time period
that's happening, you know, because, you know, I mean, that's how motherfuckers talk sometimes.
Yeah. A lot of these scenes supposed to be behind closed doors anyway, so.
And, like, you know, say, like, a comment, you know, say, like, you know, legend like, let's say George Carlin.
I was about to bring that up because George Carlin said it once.
He uses the word every now and then, so you can't be, but, you know, it's all about context in the same way. So you can't be you can't be too upset about it. Because, you know, at the same time, he's like, if you're going to use it, you better be fucking funny when you do it.
Right.
You know, and he makes it kind of, you know, I guess you would say relatable. But you know, it's George fucking Carlin. Like he's like one like top two.
Actually, in the context he said it.
Yeah.
It was that he gets mad when people say people get mad if people say the word nigger.
Yeah.
But they don't get mad if Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy said it.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, why? Because they're niggers.
Yeah, I mean,
that was a joke. Yeah. So the whole bit was about how the softening of language over time.
Yeah.
And that was just a part of the bit. And nobody ever really remembers it because it was one line in a 45-year career.
It's like fucking, like, he said that shit back in the 80s, maybe?
It was like
70s, 80s.
Jamming in New York was like 92, so.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like, it's not like I said, it's not giving somebody a pass.
Yeah, I'm not giving, because in the context it makes sense.
You know, and it's like, you know, like Archie Bunker.
Right.
You know,
perfect example. Because that's what I was doing when I was still in.
I don't believe he ever said nigga on the show. But
Yeah,
you know,
he said it a couple times.
Really?
Yeah. Not like, he didn't say George Jefferson's a nigga. But it was some story he was telling these kids how he got beat up by a black kid because he called him a nigger.
Nah,
and it was, well, what else was I supposed to call him? I couldn't call him a whopper or a nigga.
So, I mean, and you know, at the time, you know, all
and
the
like you
shows,
say it on TV in the 70s and shit.
You would hear it on, you know.
You say, like, Fred Sanford said this shit all the time.
Yeah, Fred Sanford on, you know.
George Jefferson said
Good
shit.
Time
Yeah.
said it.
JJ Daddy and shit.
The Jeffersons, you know.
You couldn't say it on TV now.
Yeah, it's working. You say it then, but you can't say it now.
Yeah, you know, I watched the show on Fox. They had like, they said dick and they had like a whole.
You say shit now.
You say shit now. They had a whole female masturbation joke. There was like a bit for the whole episode. She got like a vibrator stuck up there. It was actually funny, but like, you said it on broadcast television.
I mean, it's kind of a dope thing because, you know, like I said, those people when they say, and it's funny, it already don't matter, but like say like just in normal conversation, a white person say, even with the A, you know, just, you know.
Get a little bit cringe.
You kind of like, okay, don't say that anymore, man.
I know what you mean, but then I'm saying.
You know, you're never going to be that cool, man.
Like, I fuck with you.
He's not doing I mean, well, I say it around my other black friends. I ain't there. I don't like
I'm cool with you, like, but you don't say that around me.
Yeah, I don't give out those kind of passes. But it's weird, like, you know, with famous people or people like comedians or people on TV that use the word, I got a little bit more of a leniency with it.
Right.
Leniency, but it's like I said, it's all about the context. And, you know, it's weird. I mean, it's crazy because, you know, it's, you know, they don't say the N-word on the radio, but, you know, they'll say, you know, this is all the rap songs and all the music songs. So, you know, good and well, you know, when
you ain't around.
When non-white people, non-black people listen to the radio, you know, they're not saying, they're not bleeping themselves.
Yeah, on the back seat on the lead. I got my clock cause niggas.
Nigga. You know, then they be like, they look around and say,
yeah, damn, that wasn't even in the song. I know they should add that.
My nigga.
Yeah.
My nigga. And they look around, you know, it's like one of those things. And I mean, at the same time, you know.
Oh, I didn't see you over there, Jamal.
As black people, do we use the word too much?
Someone who says it a lot.
Yeah, I mean.
To be fair, I thought it was my name until I was 3. So.
That's because it's weird. I mean, in some houses, like, the parents say nigga a lot. My parents never said nigga, like, directly to me, like, hey, nigga, come here. They never did that. But some people like that.
I'm nearly 35 years old.
I got homeboys, they call their sons nigga, hey, nigga, hey.
Hey, come here, nigga.
And it's weird to me because, like I said, they never did that. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, my dad or mom, you know, in conversation with their friends might say, man, that nigga said what?
They would never say it in front of their children.
Yeah, and then direct it straight to it, like, what's up, little nigga? No, we never got that.
That didn't happen when I was a kid.
Yeah.
My mom said nigga a lot.
And that might be a generation thing, like, we use the word a lot more.
Because we're so casual.
Yeah, and like you hear it every fucking place. It's in all the music, it's in all this and that. Nigga. So,
niggas with attitude, that nigga bad, shame on a nigga, shit like that.
Yeah,
Real nigga roll call, like we so used to it.
Desensitized to the word.
Right.
But it's weird because like it's all good with us, but you know, I'm not saying they can, but I'm saying we hear somebody else say it. Even like, not even white people, every like Mexicans say Hispanic people say the word, and they be like nigga, and sometimes it's like, no, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's kind of like shit. That's our word.
Yeah, like Dominicans, fine.
Yeah, because
Dominicans are black anyway, but you know, like Mexicans, sometimes Puerto Ricans. Fat Joe says it a lot, and he's Cubans.
Yeah, it's kind of like. I mean, black people are black people. You know, it's just a shade. You know,
right?
Especially when it comes to different countries, like they have, like I said. Lighter skinned Cuban people and darker skinned Cuban people.
Like
Dominican, lighter skinned.
Dominicans are niggas that can swim.
Right.
Like that's
basically
niggas that can speak Spanish. That's all it is. Shout out to Miro.
Yeah, I thought you got it from Paul Mooney. He said that too.
Yeah, the niggas that can swim. R.P. Paul Moon.
Yeah, man. But we are really kind of desensitized to the word when it comes to us saying it. But let somebody non-black say, we up in arms. But
right, it just happens all the time.
I guess it's kind of just a thing with the times. It's just a generational thing.
Yeah, I don't know how people younger than us feel about it.
Yeah. Like I said, when it's used in certain circumstances, even with black people, like I said, it's weird for me to have, like I said, somebody call their kid nigga.
Come here, little nigga.
Hey, little nigga, come here. And it's like, in general conversation, that's weird to be like, I'm like, I don't call my kids. I got daughters, but I never say, hey, y'all little niggas, come on, we got time to eat.
Come on, nigglets and shit like that.
Yeah, I never thought that was cool, but, some people, each their own, but it is kind of, it get a little cringy when people do that to kids, for me. Like, nah. But I wonder, like I said, with, people with this new information with Joe Rogan and stuff, how many other, and first of all, how many people, regular, people like us are going to be like, boycott or cancel or,
right, because
the show.
Spotify to the point is like, I saw they removed some episodes, so I'm like, I wonder who was in the episode.
Let's get rid of that.
But they paid him, $100 million? He got, 10 million listeners?
He got stupid money. He got a stupid contract.
At this point, it's damage control, hoping to blow over the next thing comes through. So,
with that, I wonder also how many other artists are going to be, jumping off of Spotify because of this. Because, I really didn't know. Like I said, it surprised me how little they get paid for shit.
Because, we get told all the time that streaming is the future.
Yeah, I'm not super, shocked that they get, like less than, I would think it'd be like a penny or something, but I guess, when you think about it, that stuff adds up, so,
But that's if you're a popular artist. Like, Drake's been streamed 1 billion times. But what if you're a less popular artist or somebody who's struggling as an artist? What are your payouts really looking like?
And you gotta think about this. You gotta pay for a subscription. So they basically taking all the money, and obviously they use some of that subscription money to pay these artists. Yeah. Obviously they're getting the bigger cut for themselves. But it's a big discrepancy if somebody's getting paid, have almost $50 million contract or how much they fucking pay them, and then these artists that have music, they ain't getting shit for their art.
Results of their labor, yeah.
But they getting, I can see where where the tension is. Like, okay, you're gonna pay this guy, but he's saying whatever the fuck he wants to, but you're not compensating us barely anything. So I think it's gonna get worse. I think it's gonna be a whole thing for a while. Like there's gotta be some kind of repercussion with all this shit coming out for Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
And he did the little apology or whatever. And I guess he just apologized for all the nigga stuff. But it's kind of like, I don't want to call him a racist because I don't think he's racist. In general, I just think, as any other, it's Alabama or any other white person,
Right.
Not saying all white people, but people are, even black people, we're only sensitive to certain things.
We only focus on black people.
We got a white, you got your white perspective, you got your black perspective.
Yeah.
So, sometimes.
Usually a hetero black perspective.
Yeah, especially that, And you'd be surprised at how people really feel about certain things when you really ask them, especially when you have a platform,
right?
Got a camera or being recorded. Sometimes you'd be kind of shocked how people's prejudices are really It's sticking like a sore thumb. But
they still make people like you.
You can't say certain shit. At least not recorded.
Not good.
We want to move past where everybody is, I guess, kumbaya or whatever, but everybody's, at least accepting of each other. I might not understand why people do certain things or what kind of lifestyle live, but at least be like live and let live kind of thing.
Respect them as a human. That's all
people. People are people. As long as they ain't hurting nobody or hurting you.
Exactly.
Live and let live. Yeah, man, I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. Okay, well, moving on.
Okay.
I guess this would be more kind of tabloid stuff. Man, what's going on with your boy Kanye and his ex-wife? Are they officially divorced now, right?
She says they're divorced.
He says a lot of different stuff, so I don't know.
And my man goes left to right every day.
Yeah, and so anyway, if you don't know or you don't, been paying attention, of course, are they or are they not? Kanye and Kim Kardashian, are they divorced or not? But obviously they're going through some kind of
separation
thing. Yeah, there's separation because she's dating other people now and he's dating other people. But the last kind of thing that Big Rob was telling me about, which is kind of, and if you haven't seen the way they're doing their separation or divorce, or whatever, is totally the wrong way to do it because Kanye's making songs. I guess he feels like Kim is rubbing it in his face that she's single now and, dating. And then, you hear that he's not being able to see his kids when he wants to. And then, like,
there's a whole thing about
he's moving across the street.
There's a whole thing about he couldn't get into his birthday party and
he
shit.
said that Travis Scott had to, tell him what the birthday party was.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot of mess that seems unnecessary. But also, I think a lot of it, this is my opinion, a lot of it has to do with Kanye's way he thinks and, his mentality. He's a very, he's very high and low. I guess that's something to be, I guess he's bipolar,
He's
right?
diagnosed bipolar.
So, he's like that. And he obviously has no problem of broadcasting how he's feeling and what's going on in his life, which is not good when you're going into, like, personal stuff with, spousal things.
Especially involves children.
Yeah, you don't want to, you're letting everybody in your business and you're going to make it worse because now everything's you're already under a microscope. Now you just, you're basically telling all your business to people who really don't mean you any good, so they're just going to, gossip and throw it in tabloids and all kinds of stuff. But what was the whole thing you were talking about, this new situation with their daughter?
Well, apparently Northwest has a TikTok. She makes TikTok videos. I mean, I don't really watch TikTok like that, so I don't really know.
And she's like 8. She's like 8 years old. And so Kanye on social media, and she's a famous kid.
Yeah, and Kanye went on this long Instagram rant. 13, 14
Bad idea.
And in the middle of the night, so that should tell you something. About how he doesn't enjoy it, he doesn't like this, he thinks he's exploiting his daughter, and how, Kim isn't letting him see kids when he wants to, and that's the reason he had to buy the house across the street, which I thought was like the pettiest, most baller move ever. He's like, oh, bitch, so we don't live together?
All right, I'm right next door.
Well, welcome to my house when party, baby.
I'm just looking over the fence across the street.
Yeah, daddy watching. And of course you had like people on both. People on your side, you shouldn't air this in public. There's the people who are, he tried to do this privately and he couldn't get nowhere because Kim trying to make him look bad. And there's he's a narcissist who's trying to control the narrative. So that's what the problem with doing it in the public eye is you got 3 to 4 different schools of thought battling each other for shit they ain't really involved in.
Yeah, nobody's ever gonna understand. Good or bad, nobody's really gonna understand how you're coming because you got people for you, you got people against you.
Yeah. And there are people who are going to be against him simply because who he is, against her because who she is,
right.
And vice versa.
I think he needs to realize, this is my opinion, I think he needs to realize that once you break up with anybody, especially like, y'all were married.
Yes,
or, y'all get divorced or whatever, or are divorced, we don't know.
It's been like 6-7 years, yeah.
But once you divorce somebody, y'all not together, or y'all separate, y'all not together, you don't have access to them 24/7 like you used to. You can't just come over when you want to.
Right.
Now there's just like parameters you put. Even when it comes to kids, like,
this is my time.
Right. We're not together. I don't want to, we can co-parent, but we're not co-parenting together. Like, are you just coming over because you can say it's for the kids, or you just really want to see me? Because that's kind of what I'm getting, because he already said that he still wants to be with her. Right. He's dating and doing everything he wants to. But he basically said, I want my wife back. And
that could change next week too. So.
Yeah, when he's mad at her, he'll go out and probably bang a couple chicks. I didn't think that he really loves Kim.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
And I guess Kim is like over it. It seems like it. She wants to move on.
Or she's hiding. She's very good at hiding the real feelings.
Yeah, I think at this point his heart's still in it. I don't think hers really in it. I think he's trying to get distance between the two. But like I said, when you're celebrities and you got kids and all that stuff, you can, but you don't want to have any more of the tabloids into your shit than you have to, man. Especially with kids and stuff, they got to know what's going on. And this is a recipe for disaster, man. And then he's not doing it the right way. Like he already made us. She hasn't been so called dating Pete Davidson for like maybe 2 months, and he already got him on a song. He's talking about I'll beat his ass.
Yeah, can you allow to beat Pete Davidson's ass?
Yeah, Pete Davidson's the wrong person to go because he don't give. He's not in the bad. He don't give a fuck. He thinks it's fun. He thinks it's funny.
He gets to be mentioned on a Kanye West song.
He's
living a life. He's living a life of scumbaggery.
He's Pete Davidson. He's dating fucking Kim Kardashian. Like he's the top of the world. He's
top of the world. He on Saturday Night Live. He's dating Kim Kardashian. Kanye West hates him.
Hey, he's getting all this free publicity. Yeah. Like, y'all were talking about me last week. Now I'm all over.
Yeah, I'm doing vitamin water commercials and shit. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I like Pete. I think Pete's generally a good guy.
Probably is. Yeah.
He's a comedian. People might not like his comedy or his persona or whatever. But I think generally he's a good guy, and obviously he has magnetism for the ladies because he hasn't dated other women yet.
He be pulling.
I mean, he had Kate Beckinsale, he's had Ariana Grande, a couple of others like comedians and celebrities. Yeah. And that got, obviously women like him. Either he has something about him that women like. Maybe he's just easy to talk to. He has a way with women.
Maybe got that Staten Island swag.
I don't know. He just, he obviously knows how to communicate with women very well. But like I said, you can't get mad at the next guy because you're not with her anymore.
Right. And
you can see it's jealousy written all over his face, man. It's not a good look, man. Obviously, I can see Kanye getting a bunch of girls and just trying to, but you can tell man, he really wants some pat.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it's sad because the heart wants what it wants, but you can't make somebody be with you.
Yeah, you can't make nobody love you. You can't make nobody love you, man.
Yeah, I think the best thing he can do is probably take care of himself, man. Especially with people always say Kanye's crazy, this, that, and that. He has an issue. Like a lot of people have bipolar or certain
mental health is a wild
mental health issues, but it's worse when you live under a microscope. But you gotta take care of yourself, man. Stuff like that. You don't want to get to a point where you hurting people and hurting yourself.
Exactly.
Mental health is very important. You gotta make sure you're right. So hopefully, see like you get like a counselor. I'm pretty sure you're a therapist right now. But this go. Get your people together. Like let them know your problem.
Get your circle back, man. Get your circle back. Get the real circle back.
Let's chill out for a little bit. And then like I said, he's doing songs about the situation. He got that new song with the game.
Yeah, with the Hit Boy song.
Yeah, which is crazy to me because, like I said, I posted about it. The game had this crazy verse about Kim in one of his songs, and it was when Kanye was still married to her. And then you're gonna do a song with him. I don't understand that that's like some whole shit to me. Like, come on, man. I don't know. Like everybody got a past. Before you with somebody, they could have been with somebody else or whatever. Kim Kardashian has, the reputation of being around, like kind of celebrity.
Yeah, video evidence of it and shit.
Yeah, she, a lot of, she has a type. But you can't make a song about and then say, oh wait,
call you my folk, nigga. Yeah.
You my friend, but you just talking about how you got down with my wife and all this freaky,
very graphically, goddamn
graphic and shit. And then later on, you gonna do a song with the same dude and act like y'all cool. That's how you tell the rap game's fake as shit, man. I can't be your buddy. You say that, man.
Yeah, like,
I can send you an apology, but
they've been friends for years and shit. But like, you could have kept that one in pocket.
I don't think. Like if people say, ain't no friends in the industry, man. Shout out to Drake. But hey, come on, man. You can't say some wild shit like that. That's fake as fuck to me, man. That's my buddy. But, nah, man. You can't say shit about my wife, ex-wife, or anything like that.
Yeah. And they're gonna, speaking of which, they're gonna get back to airing each other's dirty laundry and shit.
Oh, it's good. Like I said, it's gonna get worse.
Cause he said the shit with the shit about with Meek Mill and shit.
Oh man, it's gonna get worse, bro.
Yeah. But the Kanye fan of me like, all right, when this next album dropping?
Yeah, he's like, let me hear some new shit.
There's new shit, but
it's just a bad situation. But that's not the way.
Especially because these kids are all little too. Like none of these kids are.
Yeah, man, I gotta fix that because
and to his point, 8 years old is a little young for social media. And if I had a kid, I would can't be on that shit. Which is this whole argument, it messes with people's mental development.
You don't want to obviously they're gonna grow up. They're growing up famous. You don't want.
Yeah.
You want mom and dad to be cool, but y'all don't have to worry about them always fighting.
Yeah. Only thing
at least whatever your relationship with your ex-wife or ex-girlfriend or somebody you share kids with, you can fucking hate each other as far as but you never do that shit around the kids.
Yeah, for the kids' sake.
I don't care how mad I am at my my kid's mom, whatever. I'm not gonna say some shit around my kids about their mother. Yeah. Be good or bad. I'm not. What I'm saying. I ain't gonna say
nothing bad.
I'm not me and her be good or bad, but I'm not gonna just however I feel. I'm not gonna just forget your mama. She did this. No, I'm not gonna do that. It's not because that's their mama. They're gonna love their mama regardless. But they don't need to say, "Oh, well, I'm dad. I remember when you was shitting on." They gonna say shit. I remember you used to shit on my mom all the time. No, I don't want that over my head and they bring it up when they get older. Like, oh, you remember?
That affects your relationship with them down the line.
That's a forever relationship. You always they always gonna be my my daughter, then that's always going to be their mom. You don't want them to see that. So they need to get together and find some way to be amicable about the shit. It's not worth it because, like I said, that shit damages kids. Thank God my parents, even when they broke up, they never
they weren't hostile.
Whatever you find out yourself. You make your own judgment on the person's character with it.
Right.
But I'm not gonna put in your head that your daddy wasn't this, so I'm not gonna put it in your head your mama wasn't this.
Right.
No, that's not a healthy, mature way to go about things. So they gotta get it together. But I don't know. It seems like do it for the kids, man. Come on, think about the children.
Helen Lovejoy over here.
Oh man, so hopefully they get it right. You was talking about we were talking about the Joe Rogan thing. I'm gonna touch on this subject because I actually had like a conversation. I hate to say Facebook posted a conversation, but
it's 2022. It's the world.
Everybody knows. Like we just came across before the blizzard. We all kind of came across the anniversary of Kobe and his daughter Gigi's passing. The helicopter crash.
R.P. to mama.
Yeah, man. But some people were up in arms about the fact that Dwayne Wade's daughter, I'm gonna call her daughter because he wants to be.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. I saw that.
She had this jersey dress thing on, like number 8.
Yeah.
He had like rest in peace, Gigi and Kobe.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were upset, like he disrespecting Kobe, but how? I mean, first of all. The only thing you disrespected about because that wasn't a real Kobe jersey.
Right, wasn't no Mitchell and Less Stone.
That wasn't a real Lakers jersey. But besides that, man, y'all gotta get it out. I mean, I hate to use the word. Masculinity is great, but I hate to use the common term toxic masculinity because we need masculine men, but it's okay if some men want to be what they want to be. That's okay. Just because you accept somebody doesn't make you less than a man. Or you cool with that? I don't got no choice but to be cool with. Yeah, I'm cool with it because it ain't got shit to do with me.
Up top. Perfect.
Man, come on, man. It has nothing to do with me. Like if that person wants to be this, that, and the other thing. Now I can understand like when people push their agenda on people, like we saying, like I want to use the female bathroom. That's a little different because you have different things. You can be any kind of person. Just because I say I'm trans, you could be a freak or a weirdo and go in there and do something with a kid. I understand that kind of.
Even though the chances of that are damn near minuscule, they say.
People are crazy.
Right.
But I can understand people that being their excuse. Like I'm kind of iffy about men going into
women's restroom
who used to be a man. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, that's a whole other can of worms.
Anyway, back on the Dwayne Wade thing. Like people are really upset about this. I get it. You got a problem with.
You have a problem with transgender people,
right? And people are saying that couldn't be my son. I couldn't raise my son that way. It's not his choice. He can say, "Hey, son, I want you to." And people really act like they just because.
Like Gabrielle Union forced the shit on.
Yeah, they say, "Oh, Gabby, makes him." Right. They're just supporting his
choice. Yeah,
it's her choices. They're not.
It makes it worse if you try to force it.
I'm saying, well, you can't do this. Don't get me wrong. In the real world, with the lack of being a regular person day to day, the postal base somebody was upset because they posted a picture like, man, the world's going to hell, this, that, and the other thing.
Right.
And I'm like, man. And then I was like, man,
in a world where people die every day from the easily preventable disease that we all live in our 30s.
Or just die. You can get hit by a car. Anything can happen.
Old people die, broken alone. Children get hurt every day.
You're spending way too much time worried about somebody else's
child. Dwayne Wade's kid is the fucking cause of the world.
Right, yeah. Like I said, obviously she's happy the way she's living her life. Don't get me wrong, 12 or how old
say 12, 13,
something like that. It's like kind of young to be making this kind of decision, but at the same time, you know what kind of person you are by a certain age.
Right.
So, the question was asked. Well, the guy posted it, and I was like, his dad supports him, so why, whatever.
What's the matter what you think?
Yeah, what's the deal? And he was like, well, would you do that for your son? It's like, first of all, my son being gay, straight, or anything else has nothing to do with me. His sexuality is not my choice. It's nothing.
Probably not even first
it's nothing I pushed on him. Like, I mean, I basically said, one, no, I mean, like I said, it has nothing to do with me. Like, I didn't raise him to be gay, I didn't raise him to be straight. I'm guessing he made the decision he wants to be a she, or he wants to date other boys or whatever. My thing was...
It doesn't affect you.
It doesn't affect me, and I mean, honestly, I would rather he was straight. If, honestly, not because it's normal, but I know how the world is. Anything different,
Why would that's what bothers me when people say it's a choice. Like, why would you choose?
Why would you want to be persecuted?
We choose to be persecuted.
Nobody, come on, y'all. We all grew up, and you know how our mindset used to be about gay. Anything gay was bad. Like, it was the worst thing.
Yeah,
you could be anything but gay, man.
Gay. The term was a synonym for bad.
Yeah. Oh, don't do that. That's gay.
That's gay shit.
You gay. Oh, you see when he picked up? I mean, anything. When you hold the pins, gay.
Y'all look at your fingernails like this.
They beat that in your head like gay
is terrible. You look at your fingernails like this is straight. You look at it like that. That's the gay.
Oh man, you do like this.
That's gay shit. Tighten up. Turn yourself around, nigga.
Yeah, so man, I was like, yeah, of course I wouldn't want him to be that way. I see how people were. Think how I used to think, like, oh man, that's gay. Hey, your old boy gay. Everything gay was fucking wrong.
Like, go talk to that girl over there. Like, I don't like that girl.
Oh, nigga, you gay.
You gay. You don't like pussy, you gay.
You gay.
So like you saying, it's like, it's partly your...
I mean, it has to do with growth, but it's crazy to be people my age have had...
Full on adults.
Still think the same way. I mean, I can understand if you say, it's a sin, and, I can kind of understand religious, I stop at the same time. It's all about forgiveness. Like, it's not like...
Right, and that whole...
What they do ain't gonna get you into heaven. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna keep,
What you think sends them to hell won't get you to heaven, so...
Right, I mean, God's not...
Also, isn't it God's place to judge, not yours?
Right, I mean...
Aren't you supposed to be focused on you getting to heaven?
Yeah. But, I mean, he was... And then, like, a lot of people are like, man, they, it's so wrong, and this, that, and that thing. And it's like, remember they talking about... We talked about it before, they said, they gonna get him a sex change. First of all...
Because...
You can't do that at 12.
Yeah, first of all. And secondly, calm down, Lucy.
That's an adult decision.
Yeah.
Like, you can't... I mean... Is it normal? No, I mean, but at the same time, instead of, suppressing, because I mean, like I said, people are like, well, my daddy did that. You can't beat the gay out of somebody. You can't talk the gay out of somebody.
Can't pray the gay away.
Obviously, people who can, some people say you're born that way, some people say it's choice, but people can't say, well, I have these thoughts in my mind, but I'm not going to live that way because, people say, I'm religious, or, fine religion. I hate to say fine religion, but they say, according to the Christian Bible, this is not it's not a Christian way to live, so I have these thoughts. So instead of, I know I'm gay, but I'm not going to,
right.
I'm not going to act on these thoughts because I want to go to heaven.
Exactly.
And that's a struggle. That's the same way, like people who, drink, people who adultery, people who, let's say people who, molested somebody, redemption is for everybody. People's mindset, like I said, people's mindset is, I'm never going to forget you, but that's what God does. He forgives people. I mean, don't get me wrong, if I knew somebody who was a pedophile, I'm never going to look at them the same way.
Boy.
You know what I'm saying? But
Jeff.
that's God. God is beautiful, man. God is going to forgive you. Now, in people's mind, you'll always be that person. But that's people. And, you did what you did, so you got to deal with the repercussions of that. Especially,
yes. That's
basically like the worst thing you can do. That and probably kill a child.
Yeah.
Purposely. But, redemption is for everybody. But, for people to have all these hang-ups and stuff, here's my thing. Even if you don't agree with it, that's fine, but there's a difference between hate and then, because you let people live and let live doesn't mean you going or, lowering your standards of what's right and wrong. People are going to live their own life. You can't control.
Right.
Especially
when you say, I don't agree with this certain, like, I don't agree.
Especially if
that people should wear Nike slides and Adidas sweatpants. But at the same time, I don't want these people persecuted out of society.
Yeah,
because of it. Also, mixing sport brand labels is bad to me. But at the same time, it ain't the same as trying to punish someone for the way they feel about other people.
It's two adults.
Two consenting adults doing whatever the hell they want. Or in this case, a child feeling comfortable enough to be themselves in greater society.
And at the same time, Dwayne Wade's daughter knew Gigi. They were kind of, they hung out when she was still around.
The NBA circle.
So who are you to say, well, she can't do a post about?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Somebody that she knew. Somebody not that much older than she is now.
Why are you so bothered, man? I mean, I get it. You don't understand. That's a problem with people who live alternative lifestyles that people got problems with. You think you don't have to understand it.
It's not your lifestyle.
It's not your lifestyle. But like I said, what they do don't make you shit.
Thank you. To paraphrase Sean Corey Carter, what you eat don't make me shit. Like,
yeah. I mean, a lot of things I don't necessarily agree with, but at the same time, I don't want somebody to tell me what the fuck I got to do in my life. So I'm going to somebody else. I don't know your opinions on Nike pants.
Slides. Yeah. But that's the thing for me. But at the same time, if I see this person at the gas station, I'm like, damn, look at this nigga. Don't get me wrong. But I chase this person out of town and
mindsets are hard to get over. I mean, at the same time, I'm not a perfect person. Sometimes I say things and think things that I probably should. Or you think back like, damn, I really thought I didn't say that shit. Fucked up. Yeah, fucked up. Yeah. Especially you got kids. If your kids decide they want to be in, there's nothing you can do but love them.
Right. They're your child either way.
Yeah, I mean, they'll get 25, 30, but that's still your child. If they want to live that life, you don't have to agree with it. You don't have to understand it, but just love it.
Think of all the shit you did that your parents didn't agree with.
Yeah, I mean,
and how did it affect you?
Like my mom told me, when they're kids, as soon as they get up under your foot, they get up under your heart.
It's a good way of putting it. I like that.
I know you know, because Big Rob's mom was like a super Christian.
Oh my God.
And Big Rob was an atheist.
Yeah, those conversations are always awkward.
But at the same time, that's still her child. She's still, she loves it. She'll keep on, trying to.
Man, we'll get on each other's nerves,
right? I mean, she'll keep on praying for him, whatever she does, and try to. We're converted, right? But
she still tries.
Yeah,
but I know when she really just trying to do it. And she really just doing it for the excuse to talk to me. It is what it is.
But
you can just call about regular stuff.
Obviously, she probably wish Big Rob.
She probably wish I really was Reverend Jackson.
Yeah, Reverend Jackson. But you don't stop loving your child even though you don't agree with what they lifestyle or how they think or whatever like that. But it's weird, especially in the black community. It's this whole thought of a lack of males.
It's
masculine males. Man, there are a lot of masculine males.
It's called hyper masculinity.
The problem is you got one side of men who are taught this way, supposed to be men, and then you got these women who had all these bad relationships with men, and they think they're looking for this ideal man that is this kind of person and that kind of person, But I'm like, this is one person, If he or she wants to be she or he wants to be, it's just one person. There's a lot of men and women out there for everybody.
Yeah.
You can't tell somebody what to do or how to live their life. There's no lack of. I mean, we have a lot more problems in the black community when it comes to families and family structure like that. I mean, it's people. I mean, I've heard everything from it's a systematic the masculine men, buck breaking and stuff going. All this other stuff. Like I said, people have these thoughts and urges, man. They can't. I mean,
anybody with an attaché and a dashiki has said that shit to you in some way.
Yeah.
Even especially unsolicited at the gas station.
Man, I don't know.
I'm just trying to pay for these White Owls and going back to the car.
Trust me, if they, like I said, if there were probably a way not to be gay, they would do it. Like,
yes, if it really was a choice, there wouldn't be that many gays.
Especially old school gay people were really persecuted against, man. You think about it, like people got stoned, beat, killed, all kinds of stuff just for being
gay,
man.
The pink triangle.
Yeah, man.
I mean, how many people were in the closet for years?
Come on, man.
Like,
you think they want this lifestyle?
Like when you see people that 55, 67 years old finally coming out, you're just like,
people get upset when you so support gay people. Like,
like this is just person.
It's not. I'm just supporting people. Like they want to do that. They want to do that. I mean, don't get me wrong.
They do in their bedroom or wherever they do, it ain't my business.
I mean, I want the rainbow back, But if that's what they need or whatever, man. Like I said, like
need it's yours. You know what I'm saying?
They think gay is just one thing. Like gay is a whole spectrum of like. They got people who
I know, like to say
gay
alphabet people.
Yeah,
these are still people, and they deserve the same rights you do.
I mean, I can understand, and then the thing he was saying that And why do black people always say, when you say something about gay people, y'all support gay people more, y'all support black people?
That's
no,
not true.
We get up in ours every time, just like you, we get up on, and they be the same people that don't really do it, they just comment on stuff.
Also,
that's not the
Also, you're overlooking the fact that Zaya Wade is black.
Yeah, there's a black kid.
A black child, yes.
And you can be black, you can be black, poor, gay, and everything.
Yeah.
You still get discriminated just for all those things. And you get discriminated by your own people.
Think about it.
You're black and gay. So you got people that hate you because black people that hate you just because you're gay.
A black LGBTQ person, they get discriminated by other gay people.
Yes. And they got their own stuff like, white, gay
people. Gay white men are still basically in control of that community. Now think of how distant they try to keep themselves from trans people.
Yeah, man, it's a whole.
They're ruining our movement. They're
it's a whole.
Yeah, so it's a
they
whole
got
thing.
their own issues going on within their own communities, man. But can't we just, I don't understand. Don't get me wrong. I get kind of here they go complaining about this thing.
Yeah.
You can't say this because they'll come after you. I can understand, like, damn, y'all sensitive. But
I get that.
Yeah, it's fucking annoying too. But at the same time, it comes from something. It comes from not having shit at all, or being shitted on your whole life. Or,
remember, it wasn't that long ago where being gay was
they got an axe to grind,
Yeah, it was considered a mental disease not that long ago.
Yeah.
So it's just like I get it.
It's not.
It makes watching Dave Chappelle comedy specials tense, but at the same time, it's not like these people aren't worthy of having these opinions.
Right. It's man. I just wish people, like I said, you don't have to agree with. I don't agree with all this stuff. And, I get annoyed sometimes too, but at the same time, man, just let people live. As long as they ain't hurt nobody.
I thought that was the whole point of it. As long as they ain't hurting you or anybody else, let them do their thing. Racism. Quit comparing racism to gay rights and all this shit like this. Like I said, every time something happens to a black person, the same thing happens. People get up in arms the same way, but. Just because you post something doesn't mean you're being, you're not helping. You're just posting about it. You're not really doing anything for the situation. You're upset, so you make a post or make exactly
a meme or something. That doesn't help anything. You just complaining on Facebook. Every time, boy, y'all do this.
You just get into an echo chamber.
Yeah, it's just like
you generally get people that already agree with you.
It's basically an excuse to be homophobic.
Yeah, that's what it really is.
Yeah,
And considering I know the person you're talking about very well, it's like, yeah, you want to.
I'm pretty sure, people got their own problem. Why are you so caught up about somebody else's skin, man? I'm pretty sure we all got shit we need to work on ourselves. You're just wasting time at this point. Obviously,
you on Chad Butler's internet talking about this.
Come on, y'all. Nobody's telling you to back it.
No one's telling you to support it, but you don't have to bash it.
There's one thing saying understanding, and there's one thing called hate. You can tell people just hate gay.
Yeah, and
it bothers them that much.
And these people bothers them that these people even exist. Not that what they're doing; these people literally exist.
Agendas and all this.
Yeah, the agenda, all that. Like,
if you think it's an agenda with entertainment, stop watching TV.
That's the one too. Like, I be wanting to watch these shows. This gay shit.
Stop watching those shows.
Don't watch the show anymore. Because
these people are around. They the same way they want to watch or see a black person. Same way you want to see a black person on your television, they want to see a gay person on their TV.
Think about it. How long we been
so they can relate.
How long we been complaining about having a black James Bond? How long do we want a black Spider-Man?
And these motherfuckers don't even watch James Bond movies. When's the last James Bond movie you watched?
Yeah,
but you really care who's playing it.
The only thing you know about James Bond, he used to play Goldeneye on 64.
Right. Yeah, I still haven't seen Casino Royale. The first the remake.
The first Daniel Craig one?
Yeah, I haven't seen any of those. I haven't seen any of the Daniel Craig ones.
Now you mentioned I haven't seen that.
Skyfall,
I haven't seen No Time to Die.
So how do I look like being upset that Idris Elba might be the new James Bond?
Right.
Who gives a woman? Who gives a fuck?
It's the whole thing.
Because if you don't like it, don't fucking watch it.
Also, let me just say that here. You mean to tell me in an industry traditionally run and used by homosexual people, there might be gay characters in a movie?
Oh, wow.
No.
Shocking off.
Come
on, y'all. We gotta do better, man.
Have you ever watched the Oscars and the Tonys and the Emmys? There's gay people everywhere.
Broadway.
So yeah.
There's gay people on Broadway? Yes.
Who
do you think is writing these plays and doing the
choreography? Neil Patrick Harris is gay? Yes.
I was kind of surprised that what's my guy's name from Harold and Kumar was good.
Cal Penn. Because he just came out recently, yeah.
And he's right, you know. Like I said, people think gay looks a certain way.
Yeah, it's like,
and it doesn't. I mean, he can be.
He's just a dude in a relationship with another dude.
Yeah,
whatever.
It's like two dudes, like two women. Yeah.
They're just roommates who are very close.
I was like, really? Huh.
That's what a surprise was. You know what? I don't ever really think about what do you do sexually anyway.
I don't know.
Like Kumar's funny. I don't think know what Cal Penn's doing.
Right, you know, whatever.
All right, good for Cal Penn.
That's all I'm trying to do better, y'all.
Remember when he worked for the Obama administration? How you do that?
Yeah, this is like what is like I said? What's gay look like? It doesn't look like anything.
Yeah. Because they think of it as assault.
Unless somebody dressed a man, obviously a man dressing like a woman looks different. But if it's just a guy, you can't tell he's gay straight unless he acts or feminine or whatever.
Because they think gay. People think gay,
gay's wrong. This is the whole thing.
Yeah, that and they think the connotation is some limp-wristed, effeminate dude who just floats around town.
Let me say this:
please,
if you super masculine man and you worried about a gay man,
why you care?
Does that mean more women for you?
One less dude to compete with.
I mean, why you?
One less dude who's probably better dressed and better groomed than you are. That don't even have.
I think the problem is people worry about them at the same time. They don't even get women like that.
It's usually dudes that don't get. Not saying the person we talking about.
Nah, I'm just saying.
That is my man, but like in general,
people so caught up in there at the same time, like they be afraid to even talk to a woman.
It be the most homophobic people are either one secretly gay or two completely repellent to women.
Yeah.
Like, she don't want you because you smell like butt crack sweat. That's like what it is.
You can't.
You can't get no bitches. That's what it is.
Right, you don't get no hoes, baby.
You ain't got no hoes and you mad at somebody who don't even want them. Yeah.
You tried dick, man. Come on. All right. Let's move on, baby. We can kind of.
Quit being a homophobe.
Yeah, man. Come on, man.
Take from Big Rock. Being a homophobe ain't cool.
Ain't gonna help you out in life. Who cares?
If you still identifying from Eminem lyrics from 2000, change your life.
Yeah, man. Before we get up out of here, man, of course, it's February. Besides being the best month of the year because of somebody's special birthdays in February.
I'm partial to March, but whatever.
It is, even though it's Black History every day, it is Black History Month.
Why you put it in the shortest month?
Yeah. Conspiracy, brother.
C-O-N-spiracy.
But yeah, happy
Black History Month. Or as I like to call it, February.
You know, I think at the time where stuff like this is getting more commercialized, I think it's important, especially people with kids, like, you know, take your kids, move them, you know, put them aside and like show them some. Everybody knows who Malcolm X is. Everybody knows who
or if you're
Martin Luther King is.
Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman, you know the big ones. You know, Frederick Douglass.
Educate your kids about some, you know, lesser known.
Benjamin Banneker.
You know, the guy who made the Super Soaker. That was a black guy.
Yeah,
basically, almost every convenient thing was either improved or created by a black person. Spotlight, the refrigerator. I mean, all the
air conditioner. Modernized blood medicine. Shout out to Charles Drew.
The automobile. Look at when Henry Ford.
Yeah.
But just take the kids. Hey, why don't you just take them to the library? So, why just you got all the information in the world right here.
Yes.
So, just give them some. So we got a whole month, so give them just drop a few facts on them every day about Black history.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
And teach them some self-worth. It's inspiring.
The American school system is collapsing by the day.
Yeah,
and I take this from our I guess our third, fourth, whatever you want to call them, member of the team over here, who is a teacher in his day job, who teaches history, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of shit gets cut out to fit a very colonialized brand of history. They want you to know. His story they want you to know.
Yeah, so
especially for kids of color.
It's inspiring, man. That's what the kids do.
I mean, that's like, I'm a fully grown adult, and that's still shit about Black history. I was grown before I knew.
We're still making Black history to this day. There's still a lot of first Black things are still happening. It haven't happened yet.
Yeah, like, and I live on my personal motto. I make Black history every day. I don't need a month.
Right.
So
I mean, build some pride for it.
Yeah, and one day,
self-love.
In the year 2050, when we're in history books as the greatest podcast of all time. You just heard it. You heard it first.
That's right, man. All right, y'all, man. Well, like I said, appreciate y'all, man. This is season 3, episode 8, man. Got some great stuff coming down the pipe, man. We'll get some more guests in. I know you guys appreciate it. We had 2 back-to-back guests, which was awesome. You know, we got Fernando came in. Thanks to him.
Shout out Fernando. Shout out to Donnell and Dane.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You go check them out. You know, go to Modern Man and go to
The Man Cave.
Spark and Simply. You know,
Yeah.
Go back to the episodes, man. We got all the stuff. You can go follow these guys. All these great people come on the show. We're trying to get more people to come in all the time. So if you are watching this and you want to be on the road, you know, message us. You know,
Yeah,
we got something going on. We are definitely open to have you on the show. And, you know, we're open to be on other people's show. If you got a podcast, we'll be on there.
All right, shout out to my man Marcus and Local Heat. You know, they got some shit dropping this next month.
Man.
Try to get them in the building too.
So it was a pleasure, man. But, like I said, everything started out, so people going out. But it is Saturday, so big round, what the folks got to do?
You got to do two things. Avoid them potholes and avoid the bookings, beloved.
By all means,
Yes, you don't want to be stuck on the sideway and you don't want to be stuck in jail.
Hopefully, doesn't everything started out. But y'all be safe, man. Appreciate y'all. One Love, Vicious List Podcast. We about it here, man. Y'all be good.
All right, you gonna be good at it.
Peace out, y'all. One.